So this old man just came out of the bathroom and he said, I think to his wife, Big Jim and the twins are now relieved. So I'm just gonna let you take that for what you will, but I thought that was worth sharing. So this guy just gave me a little bit of a scare as I'm getting ready to go. Got like a really nifty beetle here. Oh, goodbye, friend. Goodbye. Oh, he's spinning around, he's confused. It is Wednesday, early afternoon at North Cascades National Park. I'm just getting started at the dam trailhead. That's the name, not an expletive. I think most of you have done this hike. Alyssa and I did it in the fall, just down to the Ross Lake Dam. But instead of coming back, I'm going to cross it, which is kind of fun. It is a real hot. It's like 82 degrees, which is part of the reason that I chose to do this and not Yellowstone. However, it will be good to watch out for hydration and stuff like that. This pack, I'm going for 5 nights, and this pack still weighs less than it did on my that original one-night trip I took just about a year ago in North Cascades, because I brought so much junk that I didn't need that time. So I'm feeling much more confident this time, and it'll be really interesting to see what we find here. So, the water level at Ross Lake is super low, which actually means all the campsites that are usually accessible by like canoeing in and stuff are closed. It had something to do with ensuring that the salmon this year had enough water and they had to let a bunch out and something like that. There's a really cool waterfall over there. But so that'll be just interesting to see how the lake looks different. As I mean, it looks like 15 to 20 feet lower than it usually is. Again, I see the famous mountain chicken, which seems to be ubiquitous in my travels. Hello, friend. Hello. Oh, it's clicking. It sounds like a pigeon. Oh. Something behind me is thrumming. I'm wondering if it's communicating to this chicken. So this is where the river comes out. This is the river I'm going to be following up into this valley behind me. And it's fairly sizable. If we turn around here, it just kind of, feeds into the lake. And that's the mountain we saw earlier when I was setting up camp. That's Jack Mountain, I believe, if I was looking at the map correctly. I've been having a lovely read. Wow, my eyes look really blue in this. But yeah, a lovely read. Here I spread out my mat. I've got my Kindle with, I've been reading some White Fang, which is awesome. But yeah, it's been really lovely to hang out on the beach and finally rest. I was really tired when I came to camp, making me question a little bit some of the stuff I brought and the length of each day that I planned out. But I'm excited, and I think that as I eat, the pack will weigh less, and it'll be good. But it's been really nice to just hang out here and relax for a bit. It'll be really good to have dinner tonight and to hopefully be able to get a fire going. It's really warm. It's been warm here for a bit, so there's lots of dry wood running around. Lots of driftwood that's been drying out for quite some time. It's also been really awesome to be able to use the binoculars that I got. They're these little guys down here. The binoculars that I got to be able to look at this mountain and the things around, to be able to look up those in an osprey. I got a little film of this mountain through the binocular, and you probably won't be able to tell, but basically I zoomed in on two of the big waterfall bits, sort of, where's my hand? There and there. And you can see those even from here, so you'll see those in the video. But one of the truly spectacular parts of this mountain, looking through the binoculars, again, this is Jack Mountain, I believe. I mean, there's easily 50 waterfalls just in there that I can just look at the binoculars, and they all sort of contribute to this one, or there's another one over here, big ones, and they all just coming down from the snowpack, from the glacial stuff. Got a feather in my hat here that I'm very much not allowed to take. So this will be deposited back on the beach when I'm done. There's a big peak just sneaking up over the tree line, which is pretty nifty. This is my bear barrel, and it's not required for anywhere I'm going actually, although it is required at higher altitudes. But basically what it does is it prevents any critters from messing with my food / smelly stuff. And by smelly stuff I mean things like sunscreen, bug spray, toothpaste, that sort of thing. But also food, because there's a lot of food in here. And if you turn it, it doesn't open. There's no way for a bear or a chipmunk. Honestly, the rodents are probably much larger problems than bears to get in here. It's also strong to stand up to an actual bear. Basically, there's a bunch of different kinds of these, but for this one, I just have to press this in so that it can get past the barrier, and there's a backup one that I have to press in too, and it opens up, just like that. And it's not actually mine. North Cascades lets me use this for free, which is great, although they will fine me $90 if I don't give it back. So after working for about 2 hours on the Olympics trip to try to get a fire going, with wood that I found stored in a shed, but I didn't really have kindling for, turns out driftwood that's been sitting for ages, and pine needles that have been sitting for ages in 80-degree weather, super dry. Real easy to start a fire. So, would recommend 100%, 11 of 10, driftwood and old pine needles in a drought. Good morning. It is the morning of day number 2. I'm just going to walk you through what we did so far. So we started here at the trail down to the dam that's just off Highway 20. Walk down, across the dam, and then basically follow this all the way up here to Pumpkin Mountain campsite, which is sort of on a little in bit of the lake, which follows all the way up to Canada. Here's Jack Mountain over here, what we were looking at last night, and tonight I'm just going to be going up this valley this way, away from the lake, and seeing what's up there. I just stumbled upon a nest of mountain chickens right next to the trail. The mama's up on the trail ahead of me. We'll see if we can track her down and see her again. But many little babies. They were very small mountain chickens. But they could fly, which was interesting. As soon as their mom broke the cover, they did too, kind of like flying away. One of them was all scurrying across the ground. It was very startling. They do like to wait until the last second. It's also super buggy, and it kind of sucks. The bug spray does seem to be doing work. It's keeping them largely from landing on me, but that doesn't stop them from generally swarming around me. First real view we've had. Probably a sign of the beavers that are responsible for all these standing pools. This is my lunch spot and a nap spot. Right in here is my friend, the toad. Oops, there's my sticks. Is that him? I'm not sure. Who's that? No, that's a rock. He's right there. Sorry, there, that's him. He's pretty excited. He does a big hop and he's very large. Good morning, it is day number 3. Just had some wonderful tea and oatmeal. So the original plan for today was to follow Luna up here, over this pass, down, and then over and camp at Twin Rocks, and then come back the next day. And now there's a couple problems with this. Firstly, it's super long, and I was beat yesterday and don't want to go that far. Secondly, I haven't been all that impressed with these sites, and it might be a little different if I was through hiking and getting to a destination. But if I'm just going to get here and it's going to be very similar, and then I'm going to turn around and it's going to be similar again, I don't really want to do that. So I'm actually going to abbreviate this trip, and I'm just going to head straight back today, which I'm not really supposed to do. I'm supposed to stick to my permit. But it will only be one night of non-permit camping, and Pumpkin Mountain will probably be full because it's a Friday night. But Big Beaver is both closed, and then the boating campsite is also closed. So I should be able to find somewhere to be for the evening. And the way I'm doing it is I'm not going to leave until late today, so that by the time I get there, hopefully maybe around like 6 or 7. Hopefully everyone who's there will already be there. Everyone who's going to be there will have already gotten there. So I'll be able to pick a spot that won't be taken. There we go. 17 miles in one day. Yay. I think I learned a lot. More about what to take and what not to take. I learned more about what I like and what I don't like. And I learned more about what I can put up with and what my limits are. Like, 17 miles of mostly flat. Admittedly, this would have been a very different time if there was a ton of elevation gain. But 17 miles of like mostly flat is doable, but definitely not very fun. Especially not in this footwear, and especially not in footwear that is soggy from stream crossings. Speaking of footwear, I didn't wear hiking boots for this trip. I wore these Nike like tennis shoes, running shoes that have served me really well. These aren't my newest pair. These aren't older pair, so I don't nobody freak out. I didn't wear my nice shoes. But I was basically testing them out. The advantages of these are they're lighter than hiking boots or hiking shoes. By proxy of them being lighter, their material isn't built quite so thickly, which means they dry out a little faster, which was definitely true. Which are both big advantages, and this particular kind of shoe for me is extremely comfortable and really works well for me, so that went well. Disadvantages of them are there's less support, there's less protection around your toes. Most hiking boots will have like rubber built over this bit, which these don't have, and the less support, there's not quite so much structure, so they'll like twist on rocks and poke into your feet a little bit more. And then these are also just super beat up, and so the soles are definitely starting to wear thin, which wasn't so fun.